Hey, there goes Maverick up in the sky. Loves his planes, loves to fly high. Never stays grounded, always on the go. With the subway in hand, he's the star of the show. Wings spread wide, cutting through the blue. Clouds can't catch him, sky's always new. Subway in the cockpit, sandwich on his knee. Dreaming of the clouds, living wild and free. Maverick, 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 soar and glide, pilot of the skies, with subway by his side. Maverick, Maverick, endless flight, flying through the day, eating all night. Turbulence and tailwinds, nothing makes him pause. Sky's the limit, he's breaking all the laws. Riding on the jet stream, dancing with the breeze. In his world up yonder, life's a slice of ease. Blue skies and subways, that's his kind of high. Maverick never falters, he's a real fly guy. Jet engines roar, his laughter fills the air. Aerial acrobat, subway billionaire. Maverick, 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 soar and glide, pilot of the skies, with subway by his side. Maverick, Maverick, endless flight, flying through the day, eating all night. Maverick, 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 soar and glide, pilot of the skies, with subway by his side. Maverick, Maverick, endless flight, flying through the day, eating all night. Wings in the night.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a wonderful live stream here on the channel. Hope you guys had a great week. It's Friday, baby. The work week is over. It's time to party. And it's time to check out some brand new stuff here from SayIntentions tonight. Hope you guys are doing well. Mr. Matthew, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Captain Zemp's in the house. Lorenzo, what's going on, fellas? Welcome to the stream. We are live in Australia. That's what you guys voted for in Discord, was for us to fly in Australia tonight. So we're in Australia. Mr. Matthew coming in with 14 months as one of our ace pilots. 14 months of Biscoffs and Subway. Oh, baby. That's right, Matthew. Good to have you here tonight. Thank you for that continued support of the channel. We are live on the ground in Melbourne, Australia. We're going to do a flight to Sydney and back to Melbourne. Originally, we were planning on going to Gold Coast, but for whatever reason, the scenery is not working for me. So I'm going to have to figure that out. So I changed it. We're going to go Sydney and back here to Melbourne, where the beautiful scenery is working. But we're checking out SayIntentions live AI traffic injection. Our first look here on stream. All the planes you're seeing in the background are currently being injected from SayIntentions. Those are all AI injected planes. Please take note, though, that this is still in early alpha build of this. So before it is fully released to the public, there will be fixes and stuff corrected. It's going to evolve. So it could be a much different project on full release. But we are getting allowed to showcase it now for you guys here in its alpha state. And yeah, so we're going to see how it works. We're going to have ATC guiding these planes with us from Melbourne to Sydney and back. Should be really cool. We are flying Jetstar tonight. You know, I do want to take the time to point out a few key features here as listed from the SayIntentions team. So this is real-world traffic schedules dynamically adjusted for sim time and weather. They pull in new schedules quarterly and may increase frequency soon. Independent AI in every aircraft, each directly interacting with ATC. Premium AI-generated voices matching airline pilot accents when possible. Over 1,000 plus voices have been donated from the community and are in use. Realistic traffic advisories via radar, flight following services, enhanced visibility and interaction with traffic via TCAS and onboard systems, single slider traffic density adjustments for user convenience. It even goes to 11, so it goes higher than 10. We are on 11 for this chat, so we have it maxed out, which is what I've heard is recommended to use. So we have it extra maxed out tonight here on 11. Advanced movement taxiway management, reduced CPU usage through optimized server architecture. Model manager support includes FSLTL, AIG, IVAO, MTL, and Just Flight FS traffic libraries. All model matching is done on SayIntentions side. Current limitations, because it is again in current alpha status. This release is an alpha, meaning it's not feature complete. It continues to undergo rigorous development. Sequencing and other features are improving daily, but may still exhibit occasional issues. Limited accent matching and service voice applications currently implemented due to cost and availability constraints. GA and VFR traffic, VFR track pattern sequences, and multiplayer synchronizations are planned but not yet supported. So that could be coming here for that as well. So yeah, so some key things there and what to expect for our AI traffic ATC tonight. But like I said, all the planes you are seeing out in there in the sky or on the airport right now are what's being injected at the gate. So like I said, you may and probably will see some bugs here tonight. Again, early alpha, and we'll see how it goes. Well, welcome aboard, guys. We're going to hop in our aircraft here momentarily, get it powered up, ready to rock and roll. We're cold and dark on the ground. We are in real time in Australia right now, which is... I don't know what time, to be honest. Let's see. It is about noon over in Australia. Just past noon. Midday over in Australia, so looking forward to that. Let's hop on in, though, and... we'll get our music down and we'll start powering up our aircraft. Let's go to our overhead panel here and get ground power and battery 1 and 2 on. With the navs left, right, and center on to nav. Bring up some pedestal lights. That looks good. Ground control can come on. Make sure our nav and logo lights are on. No smoking to the auto or on position. We'll arm the emergency lights. Seatbelt signs will stay off for now until we get refueled. And just like that, we should be looking all right. Alright, that looks good. Mr. Davis! What's up, Mr. Davis? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Alright, we got our stuff in there. We're going to get our plane boarding process going here. I'll do boarding and refueling. Yes, please. Hope you're doing well, Davis.
Please don't move
Alright, ground services, that's all good there. Cool. That is beautiful. Let's go to our FMC, or McDo. And we'll start getting our flight in here. Flight in it, and request our flight data. Is Mr. Davis going to fly along with us tonight? That's the question. Or Mr. Matthew? I think you both should be flying along with us. Well, I mean, we're not on VATSIM, but you can still fly in spirit. We are doing fully SayIntentions tonight as we're showing off the new traffic injection. Alright, init request is there. We are very pushy. We gotta broaden your horizons, Matthew. We gotta get you some more more destinations. Alright, flight is in there. I need to get actually my charts up, which I do not have. Let me oops, that's not what I want. Pull the charts up on my phone. Don't have my tablet hooked up here tonight, so we're going to use the charts on the phone. To view our sim brief, we are Jetstar 526. We'll throw that in there. Our cost index, they want us at a 7. Cruising altitude is 350. And that looks good. Let's align the IRS. Boom. Confirm. Good, good, good. Clear the messages out there. And beautiful. That looks good. Cool. Alright, let's go to our flight plan. So we did get our clearance via text message from SayIntentions. Information November is current. We're cleared to Sydney via the Dulcel 2 departure, then is filed. Departure runway is going to be 34. Initial climb is going to be 4,000. Let me get that in the box there and set. 4,000 initial climb, departures 129.4, squawking 3421, which we do have in the box. And that looks good. We get transponding on here for that. And we are looking good on that. So we're going to go runway 34 departure. So let's go in here and get that departure information in. Runway 34 on the Dulcel 2, and we'll insert that. That looks good there. Let's go to Sydney. I'll go back to my charts here. Okay, so for Sydney, currently the planning looks like 34 left into Sydney. So we'll go here. We're going to plan for the ILS 34 left. Let me go ahead and put that in my charts. ILS 34 left. And we're going to be on the Rivet 4 arrival. Rivet 4 arrival, and I don't think there's any via, no via, and we'll insert that. We'll check everything in here. That looks good. Vectors in. Cool. If we look at the chart here, Rivet 4 arrival. Okay, so yeah, Rivet 4 arrival takes us there. 3-4 I think means we're landing north, right? Yeah, okay, so 3-4 left, we're landing to the north. That looks good. Alright, cool. So where we're at here on the airport, runway 34, so not a long taxi, pretty short taxi. Should expect Juliet Alpha Kilo most likely. They could give us an intersection departure at Juliet as well. Plenty of runway here, 11,000, almost 12,000 feet of runway to take off here out of Melbourne. Am I planning to go to the expo? I was originally Captain Zimp, but then we had decided to spend our money on some other things that we needed this year, so unfortunately I am not. I'm probably going to be streaming all day, though, Saturday of the expo, and we'll probably have some stream together as well as watching the online portion of the expo together on stream. That's kind of what I'm planning to do, but we'll kind of see, I guess, what happens. But tentatively, that's what I'm planning to do, so. It is not liking changing camera views right now. Oh, there we go. It's a 787 over there. I think it's a 787. All right. Let's go to our tablet. Let's look at boarding. Boarding should have started. Yes. 120 people are on board so far. We need to go up here and get our seatbelt sign on. Refueling is complete. That looks good. Let's go and fire up our APU here. Mr. Major Mark in the house. What up, Major Mark? Good to see you. That's my game plan as well. Lots of fun to just have video on over the weekend. Yeah. We're definitely going to keep our ear to the ground. I don't know why there's a fault on our IRS too. Hopefully that goes away. Hopefully it goes away. We may have to redo that. IRS is a line in 1 minute though, so I guess we'll wait and see. We shall wait and see. Let me make sure. Throttle is definitely a little touchy. I gotta give me a new Airbus throttle, I think, chat. Or I gotta find a way to like remap it or something, recalibrate it. Wait, passengers boarding just now started. What is it at 120 people on board? It lied to me, chat. It lied to us. It just started boarding people. Alright, that's alright, I guess. Got the APU on a little early, get passengers that air in the back. Okay, bleed can come on, make sure our parking brake is set. Disconnect the ground power. Alright, so what we can do is we can do our performance while we wait. We don't need the people on board. I can see the people coming on board right now on my side view here. Alright, so let's go to departure on the tablet. Runway 34, it is dry. Optimal will sync that load sheet, sync the weather. We'll go to hectopascals. Let me look at the weather report. 10:30. Some high pressure. It is summertime in Australia. So 10:30. Great clouds. Wind is about 16 knots. A little windy on departure, but that's all right. It should be almost a direct headwind on departure, so we should be fine there. Looking good. Let's go ahead and calculate. So we got that calculated in there. So flaps 1 for departure. Trim will be down 03, 143, 145, and 146 for departure. We'll send that over to McDo. And our perf is in and looks good. D rate 67 on the temperature there. And yeah, so we got that good. Alright. Left side, turn that music, or turn that down a little bit, turn the music up a little bit here. I'm going to turn to ground frequency here too, so you can start hearing some of the chatter. You see one of the AI planes taxiing on in over there. Alright, got another passenger bus coming here for us. And we're going to stop. So it does definitely does seem like the traffic injection has minimal impact on performance. The traffic injection is still being made. What do you mean? It is an alpha build. It is an alpha build, so it's still being worked on. It's not released to the public, just to SayIntention partners at the moment. They are expecting their target estimated time frame is 1 to 4 weeks for public release. That's their current targeted thing. But yes, traffic injection is a work in progress. Like I said, still considered an alpha build. But all the planes you are seeing are all being traffic injected with SayIntentions. And performance does seem to be not that bad when it comes to performance impact from the traffic injection. Maybe a few frames. You're seeing a couple like stutters when I'm changing camera positions, only because I'm using 3 giant TV screens in a full wraparound view right now, which is what's bogging down the my performance a little bit, not the actual traffic injection.
Ground velocity 838, taxi to the ramp.
Velocity 838, taxi to parking via Victor, Golf, Victor, Golf.
Victor, Golf, velocity 838.
And my belt digging into me. Alright. But our passengers are boarding and almost all on board our plane, so we are almost ready to go. Alright, so there is boarding sound chime is complete. So we're going to go here, and then we're going to go to our mass and balance page here, and we're going to send our final load numbers to our McDo. We'll double check all that is good on here. That looks good. Our IRS has been aligned, so that looks good. We are squawking 3421, which is our squawk code. And we're going to be ready to request push and start here momentarily. I'm going to go back up here, and we'll go back over here real quick. Ground services, chalk and GPU can be disconnected. Melbourne ground, Jetstar 526 requesting push and start from stand of 42.
Jetstar 526, push and start approved, face west.
Push approved, face west, Jetstar 526. Alright, chat, we have been approved for push and starts. Let's get our fuel pumps to the on position. We'll get crew supply on, and we'll get our beacon on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Jetstar Airways Flight 526, operating today on an Airbus A320. We are currently pushing back from Melbourne, and our flight will take us to Sydney. The estimated flight time is just over 1 hour.
Just
My
over
name
1 hour.
is Erica, and I'm your purser for this flight. Joining me in the cabin today are my fellow crew members, Sarah, Tom and Emily. Our captain today is Midnight Maverick, and the first officer is Brian. Before we take off, I'd like to go over some important safety information. Please ensure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you.
And I
Pull the
love
mask
having this
towards
wraparound
you to
view.
start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put on your own mask before assisting others. For those of you seated near the exits, please take note of the emergency exits located at the front and rear of the cabin, as well as over the wings. In the event of an emergency, follow the illuminated exit signs to reach the exits.
Alright, I'll open this up. We'll be pushing
Each
back
seat
here
is
shortly.
equipped with a life vest located under your seat. In the unlikely event of a water landing, remove the vest from its pouch, place it over your head, and pull the straps around your waist. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. We will be coming around shortly
brakes for
with our
release.
in-flight service. And after that, we will have items available from the Jetstar shop. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Alright, we're pushing back. We got clear to start our engines. Engine mode selector over to ignition. And we're starting engine 1. Hope GSX pushes us back right and doesn't push us into the wall. Might have to have the abort on standby. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Stop. Stop. Oh, thank God.
Please set parking brakes. Unlocking gear.
Alright, brake is set. We have a good start on 1. Let's start engine 2.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
I don't know why we look so awkward right now. We're not moving, Chet. Hold on. Uh-oh. Something's wrong with our aircraft, Chet. I think they set us on the building. Yeah, it's not the brakes. I think they set us up on the building. We might have to warp our sails somewhere. Let me see. Yo, Kenny, what's going on? might have to put us back in the parking spot. Hang on. Alright. Let's release parking brakes. We're going to do the old power reverse. Try to power reverse. Nothing to see here, folks. Yep, nope, nothing to see here. Testing out those reversers today, that's all. Alright, we're good. Let's ignore what happened and alright, we're gonna pretend like everything is good to go. There we go. Taxi light is on. APU can come off. APU bleed. Ooh. Alright, now let's make sure things are good to go. Predictor wind shear's on. Spoilers are armed. Takeoff config is normal. Alright. Sydney ground, Jetstar 526 ready for taxi, runway 34.
Jetstar 526, taxi to runway 34 via Juliet Alpha Kilo.
And as expected, 34 via Juliet Alpha Kilo, Jetstar 526. Alright, so kind of how we expected. Juliet Alpha Kilo. Ghost Rider, what's going on?
Scooter 19, request pushback.
Scooter 19, cleared for push start.
Scooter.
Scooter 19.
Scooter 19. We are not at Matsim because we are testing out the new SayIntentions new traffic injection. Full AI traffic injection is what we're testing out here today. It's just getting squirrely on me. Alright, we're gonna hold short right here. I'm gonna do something real quick. Bear with me, guys. Let me just take pictures of where these are at real quick because I'm going to readjust this. Into one. Number 2. I'm not gonna let me do it.
All aircraft be advised, information Bravo is now current. QNH 1030.
No, let me do it. Alright, we'll just leave it then. Alright, we'll leave it and we'll have to roll with it. Learning to fly, what's going on? Good to see you. Alright, if you guys are seeing, again, a couple stutters here, it has to do with our setup and not SayIntentions. There's very minimal impact, but right now we are using 3 screens for a full wraparound view. What have we missed? Not too much, not too many shenanigans. Our pushback crew may or may not have pushed us into a building. May or may not have. Depends on who you asked. Melbourne ground, Jetstar 526, holding short 34.
Jetstar 526, contact tower on 120.5. So long.
Alright, we'll contact tower, Jetstar 526. Good day. And Melbourne Tower, Jetstar 526, holding short runway 34, ready for departure. Switched on. Melbourne Tower, Jetstar 526 is holding short runway 34, ready for departure. We'll give it a second. Flight 10 seats for departure.
Okay, Captain. Applying 10 seats for departure.
Let's see, radio 125. Melbourne Tower, Jetstar 526, holding short 34.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne Tower, roger. Hold short of runway 34.
Alright, we're holding short of runway 34 and we're ready for departure, Jetstar 526. We're flying on Milk Run Monday in Australia this week.
Jetstar
Probably
526, runway 34, wind 355 at 17, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 34 clear for takeoff, Jetstar 526. And Milk Run Monday in Australia is going to be Sunday my time, but I don't know if we're going to be streaming at that time. We're going to Disneyland tomorrow and staying the night, so I don't know what time we're going to be home on Sunday. Alright. Alright, chrono's coming on, engines are coming on. Gonna be a little stuttery here in departure.
Jetstar 655, contact ground on 121.7. Switching to ground, Jetstar 655.
Uh-oh, we have a runway incursion. We have a runway incursion. Nope, we're gonna get off the ground. And pause the right gears up. Again, guys, this is an early alpha build, so there are going to be some few bugs that you're going to see. That was one that I should have rejected takeoff on that. That's right. I think it is, Lorenzo. It has a lot to offer. I think it was. Over to departure, Jetstar 526. And
Jetstar 526, contact departure on 129.4.
Over to departure 129.4, Jetstar 526. Departure Jetstar 526, passing 3,000.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne departure, radar contact. Climb via the SID to flight level 100.
Climb via the SID to flight level 100, Jetstar 526.
Jetstar 526, climb via the Docel 2 departure to flight level 100.
Climb via the Docel departure to flight level 100, Jetstar 526. Alright, so far so good. But yeah, no, Lorenzo, I would definitely say SayIntentions is definitely worth it. They have a lot to offer, and much more still coming in the pipeline of things that have not even been announced yet. Well, I love the fact that I can have full ATC coverage anywhere in the world I go now. I don't have to worry about VATS and people being online. You can see the traffic injection on our TCAS there. There's another plane off to our left somewhere. We're going to get autopilot on here as we're leveling off.
Jetstar 526, climb flight level 270.
Flight level 270, Jetstar 526. Alright, up to 270.
Jetstar 526, maintain flight level 270.
Maintain flight level 270, Jetstar 526.
Dear guests, we have just climbed above our safe altitude. You may now use your
And
electronic
standard
devices.
pressure is in.
Please ensure that they are in airplane mode. Also, our onboard Wi-Fi service is now available for your convenience. We will be coming around shortly with our in-flight service, and after that, we will have items available from the Jetstar shop. Thank you for your attention.
Alright, on the way to Sydney, folks. Just over an hour of flight time, I believe. Total flight time on this flight estimated to be 1 hour and 1 minute. So yeah, just barely over just over an hour. Alright, get some music up here. Alright, so how's everyone's week been? Anyone got any exciting plans for the weekend? We're going to Disneyland tomorrow, stay the night there with the fam. And then don't know what time I'm coming back on Sunday. But we will try and stream Sunday night once we're back.
Jetstar 526, climb flight level 320.
Flight level 320, Jetstar 526. So we're going to try and stream at night. I do want to get some
Jetstar
golf in.
526, maintain flight level 320.
I do want to get some, try to get some golf in Sunday afternoon if it's not too hot. So we'll get some of that in before we get home and stream. What's the weather like? It's supposed to be like this weekend? Not too bad, about 85. Kind of cool tomorrow. Let's see, what's Anaheim's temperature? Tomorrow's only gonna be 73, not bad. Okay, won't be too hot at Disneyland. So 73 tomorrow, 85 Sunday. Yeah, not too bad. It's not getting too hot yet. So, not too hot yet. So, if you guys live in SoCal, though, my work is having free in and out day on July 2nd. If you guys know any plumbers, send them our way. We'll get our lights off here. Get our seatbelt sign off. Flight attention, go ahead and begin our in-flight service. Jesus Davis.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin our in-flight service. Please sit back and relax as we come around with refreshments. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your attention on this matter.
Jetstar 526, climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Jetstar 526.
Jetstar 526, contact Melbourne Centre on 123.35.
Melbourne Center 123.35, Jetstar 526. Melbourne Center Jetstar 526, pass to flight level 230.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne Centre identified. Good afternoon.
I'm gonna have our co-pilot take over comms for me for right now. While I try something here. Don't you care? How do I thought I already signed up. Let me see here. Trying to look something up real quick.
Hey, this is Tangia Dan, one of the developers at Tangia. If you can hear me, then it's working. If not, make sure you turn on monitor output for your Tangia browser source.
Uh-oh. Oops, can't spell. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Mr. Davis, I thought you said you were going to come be our plumber. Leaders with the boys. We need a plumber. Skippy done clogged the back bathroom. The back lavatory's out of commission. Got some fresh biscuits. Nice. Did you hear me sub Tangia? Maybe. May or may not be in the description. May or may not be in there. It may or may not have set something up.
Davis on the couch, relax. TV whispering quiet facts. Ice so heavy they start to close. Angela Lansbury solving woes. Dreams of crime run through his mind. Cozy mysteries he tries to find, but something breaks his peaceful dream.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne Centre. Expect the Rivet 4 arrival. Expect to descend in about 20 minutes.
Expecting the Rivet 4 arrival, Jetstar 526.
Davis never sleeps again.
Yep. No idea how it works, Matthew, but, you know, what could go wrong?
Kippy and his pranks so wild, laughing loud like a little child. But Davis now will stay alert, won't fall asleep to clues in dirt. Couch no longer feels the same. Davis playing Skippy's game. Eyes peeled open wide and bold. Murder she wrote stories unfold. Chased by Skippy
In the nuts.
wide awake,
No
no
ifs or buts.
from murder scenes to real.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached our cruising altitude. We will begin our snack and drink service shortly. Today, we have some delightful options available, including our popular chicken and avocado wrap, as well as a delicious fruit platter. After the service, we will also have items available from the Jetstar shop for you to browse. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you
Yo,
enjoy
Flight
the
Hound,
flight.
what's going on? So far so good. There may or may not have been some shenanigans before departure. There was some shenanigans with our ground crew. They pushed us back into the building, so I had to reset the plane at the gate because we were stuck. Outside of that, though, there may have been a small runway incursion that we probably should have rejected takeoff, but we got off the ground in time. It was a long runway. It was all the way at the other end. But outside of that, everything else has been running pretty good. Everything looked great. A lot of planes on the ground. Not too much additional chatter, but it could just be because of the sector I'm in is not very busy, maybe? But I could also, I guess, put on the extra chatter. I'll turn on some additional radio chatter. We'll see how that works.
Melbourne Centre, Juliet Alpha Charlie, radio check. Melbourne Centre, Twin Cessna, Juliet Alpha Charlie. On the ground at Shepparton, preparing to taxi to runway 18. Would like to pick up IFR clearance to Parafield, Yankee, Papa, Foxtrot.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
You have the Bluebird date. How do you have the Bluebird date, Davis? They've only given the price. When did they announce the date? Co-pilot, can you handle the radio?
I'm already handling the radio, Captain.
Okay, good. Because you're always right. I feel like it's not coming out till next year, if I'm being honest. From what I've heard in the video, it seems like they're still quite a ways away. So I want to say it's probably beginning Q1 of 2026. Q1 2026. That's my guess. That's my guess. Was I right? That's what yours was? March 2026? That's forever from now. Forever from now.
Melbourne Center, this is War 21 at flight level 200, climbing flight level 290.
War 21, Melbourne Centre, good afternoon.
Melbourne Center, this is War 21, requesting cruise flight level. Climb and maintain flight level 380, War 21.
Alright, how does this work?
Center, Qantas flight 1975 with you at 14,000 for 4,000.
Qantas 975 Melbourne Centre, Roger. Romsey QNH 1031.
QNH 1031, Qantas flight 1975.
United 567, reduce speed to 230 knots for sequencing off.
Slowing to 230 knots, United 567.
Got walls as the control tower waits. Coffee stale but keeps me awake. Grinding gears, sky no escape.
8547, 8547, contact Melbourne Centre on 119.5.
Let's see.
119.5, 8547.
I get it, we wanted to be good, but okay, but my boy, good lord, the time, 5 years plus, yeah, I know. How's the world flight setup working out? I mean, so far so good. So far so good. We've been stress testing it with different planes. We are still on like ultra graphics too, so we can definitely lower graphics settings, get a little bit better performance out of it, but yeah, so far so good.
pushing forward in the sky. Flying high, delivering dreams. Cookies crumble in moon's beams. FedEx, bird in the night. Sky high, delivering.
I'm at 9.5, Jetstar 522.
Jetstar 522, contact Melbourne Centre on 119.5.
Turbulence shakes, but I stand strong. Midnight snacking all night long. Sip the coffee, eyes wide awake. FedEx journey I gotta make. Beyond the clouds, speed of light. Got no stop, never lose sight. Galaxy guardian of your goods. FedEx warrior through neighborhoods. Flying high, delivering dreams. Cookies crumble in moon's beams.
Yo, SayIntentions in the house. What's going on? How's it working out? So far, so good. There was, there's only been one minor thing so far, and we had a small runway incursion. Other than that, everything's been pretty smooth. Traffic on the ground looked really good. Nice full airport of traffic. I may have not have picked the most, like, traffic-filled route, but that's alright.
Climb flight level 350, Jetstar 526.
Good afternoon, Jetstar 522.
Yeah, so far so good though.
Melbourne Centre.
We're on our way to Sydney.
654, we're about to start. Commence our descent.
About halfway to Sydney or so.
Descend via Poly 9 Alpha into Canberra.
What do we got left here? 81 miles, top of descent. Speaking of which, I should probably put my fixed rings in here. YSSY 15 for the first one. It's one of the things I really hate about Airbus is how the fixed rings get entered. It's so much easier on Boeing. I hate having to input the airport code frickin' every time. Alright, so less than 80 miles for our descent. We should probably put in our descent information. Let's pull that up out of our Navigraph charts here. Get our weather for Sydney. Cabin conditions. We got a QH of 1029 on the ground.
Skyhawk Golf 78, contact Melbourne Centre, approach on 119.5.
Winds are 280 at 5.
Foxtrot November Golf 78 type Cessna 172. Expect the Virgu 1 arrival. Prepared to descend in roughly 20 minutes.
I gotta say though, the AI voices in this traffic thing are phenomenal, guys. Even when I was like testing it off stream the other night, like I can't tell the difference between if it's AI or a real person talking. Like it almost sounds better.
Attention chat, I have a very important message. Biscoffs. Also, the Italian herb and cheese bread from Subway is the best bread. Change my mind. Goes perfectly with an Italian BMT sub.
That it does. Mr. Matthew, our first user on TNG. Appreciate it, sir. I'm glad to see that that's working. I do agree, though. Gotta be the BMT herbs and cheese, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm glad to see it's working. Do 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 do. Yeah, no, the AI voices are getting scary good.
Qantas 426, contact Melbourne Centre on 119.5. Jetstar 654, cross Polly at flight level 170.
Cross Polly at flight level 170, Jetstar 654.
Bischoff cookies in my hand, oh what a surprise. From Memphis to Seattle, New York to LA, soar through the night and greet the new day. Radio chatter keeps me company light, but those sweet Bischoff.
Matthew O. asked me, are Biscoffs the best airline cookies in the world? Biscoffs? Best? Listen, Matthew, those little cinnamon turds are barely a step up from the stale peanuts they used to hand out.
Wow.
If you think that's the best, you've clearly never had a cookie that didn't come in a foil wrapper at 30,000 feet. We have the meats.
Oh, shit. All right. Here we go. Thank you, Mr. Matthew, for that support. Appreciate it. Arby's. I really like the beef and cheddar Arby's, I'm not gonna lie.
Direct Aubrey descent to
I wish we had more Arby's.
121.
But Arby's is like nowhere close to me,
Level 390.
so I only have it every once in a
121
great
negative,
while.
we're on descent for Aubrey. Currently passing flight level 350, on descent 10,000. 121.
Arby's beef and cheddar is good, and gotta have Arby's sauce. We gotta have the Arby's sauce with it. Come on now. Beef and cheddar Arby's sauce. Gaming with Jetty Jet in the house. What up, Jetty Jet? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Good to have you. Just in time for our descent into Sydney.
Steelbird soaring with dreams in its hold, and these Bischoff moments worth more than gold. Flying high with FedEx through the dusk and dawn. With Bischoff by my side, the miles just roll on. Every box and letter means the world's in my hands, and those sweet crispy cookies make me feel grand.
So I got distracted by some plane spotters doing a 24-hour stream at LAX. Nice. Can't go wrong with plane spotting.
Qantas 2121, contact Canberra approach on 124.5.
124.5, Qantas 2121.
Right. Flight 10 will be starting our descent to Sydney here momentarily.
Okay, Captain, preparing for descent.
Alright, seatbelt signs coming back on as we get ready for our descent chats in less than 40 miles.
Canals flowing by, bikes zooming through, smiles on every face, nothing we can't do. Sky is full of stars, echoes of our cheer. Happiness we stray, memories are near. We are in Amsterdam, party never ends.
With all our friends.
Jetstar 526, descend via Rivet 4 into Sydney.
Descend via Rivet 4 into Sydney. Jetstar 526.
Alright, we got descend via the Rivet 4. Bring my charts. So that's going to bring us down to about 6,000 or so. 6,000 set in the box. We got 10 miles. Dango, oh, dango. Imagine PMG made the 767. I wish. Did you guys see that leak where the 737 MAX might come out any day now? And I feel like, didn't PMG say... Didn't they say that the MAX was going to randomly just come out one day and they weren't going to give us a heads up? I feel like the MAX could be here any day. I feel like they've been having this... They had this secret up their sleeve the whole time. Well, that's why they haven't said much about the 7.3, because the MAX is about to drop. Maybe. They do have the 737, 700, 800, 900 on their new Ops 3 Operation Manager.
Contact Melbourne Centre on 119.5.
They're grayed out, but that means they're getting closer to porting those over.
Contacting
So
Melbourne
good.
Centre on 119.5. Jetstar 526. Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 526 afternoon, descending through flight level 350.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne Centre identified. Good afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Sydney. Please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelts are fastened. The usage of the lavatories is no longer allowed at this time. We appreciate your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
A little lake down there. Alright, Sydney, we're coming in hot, baby. Watch out. Watch out, Sydney. Crystal clear.
Qantas 426, Melbourne Centre, contact Sydney approach on 124.4.
Superhuman. So once we get on the ground, we are going to do the return trip back to Melbourne. When we are on the ground, though, I may, we may go back to the main menu and restart at Sydney with, because I may take my side screens down. We'll see, though. If it's stuttery at all. It seems like it's the new... There was a new update tonight that I had to do for the beta. And it seems like the new beta update has lowered performance a little bit. Because usually we're getting pretty good performance in the Phoenix, so... But whatever they did to the new beta update may be messing with performance. Dun, dun. through. Yeah, damn it, Matthew, now you really make me want Arby's.
Contact Melbourne Center on 124.1.
I really...
on 124.1, Jetstar 500, have a nice night.
Jetstar 500, good day.
Melbourne Center.
You just had the other day? Fuck. I hate you. Yeah, the closest Arby's to me is like 40 minutes away, and in both directions. I ain't got nothing close. Maybe I'll get Arby's on Sunday on the way home from Disneyland or something, because I have to drive past it to go home. So I might just stop at Arby's on Sunday. Right now I got 2 5-layer burritos in the fridge left over from Taco Bell. I had Taco Bell on the way home tonight. I had Subway yesterday, but yeah, I had Taco Bell on the way home from work today. Had me a Crunchwrap Supreme and a taco. Doo-doo-doo.
ILS runway 34 right, approach to Sydney, via deriva 3 arrival. Qantas 112.
Qantas 112, descend and maintain flight level 330.
Descend 330, Qantas 112.
Qantas 112, descend and maintain flight level 230.
What'd you get from Arby's though, Matthew? Did you get the beef and cheddar, or did you get something else? I had the new brisket thing they had today, because people were telling me the brisket was good, but I don't know. It wasn't that great, to be honest. Yeah, wasn't a big fan of their brisket. Beef and cheddar all the way. You just gotta stick to the beef and cheddar. That's the only thing I think I've ever really got from Arby's, just beef and cheddars. That's it. Beef and cheddars on that onion bun. Just the way it comes. Able to get a couple beef and cheddars and the standard roast beef sandwiches, extra horsey and Arby's sauce. Nice. Can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that. Stop making me hungry though, chat. I'm trying to cut back. You guys are making me hungry. Making me hungry, and I'm trying to cut back. I've also been like trying to cut out soda. So I've actually had a lot less soda than I normally do. I've been drinking the Celsius. Mostly, anyways. Which gotta say are pretty good. I'm definitely a fan. Definitely a fan. The Angels are losing 2-1 to the Trastros right now. Got a benches clearing brawl too, I missed. Dang. What does motion blur do the sim? It Basically gives you a blur when you move fast, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a fan of motion blur. I usually turn that off. Not a fan of how it looks. But it does exactly what the name says, I believe. It just gives you that blurry feeling when you're going fast. Or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm not a fan. Getting close, chat. Getting close. Oscar Miker. Oscar Mike. Dude, I'm so excited though that traffic injection is now ready and I can use it on stream, and we're gonna have full airports of planes now. You can still use it even if we're using like multiplayer. So multiplayer, SayIntentions multiplayer support is coming in the future. So soon you'll be able to have traffic injection with multiplayer on, and it should sequence everything, which would be really cool. It's not supported yet, but I'm just excited to not see empty airports anymore. Like actually planes at the gate.
118, contact Melbourne Center on 125.0.
125.0, Qantas 118.
You know, and for the fact that now the traffic injection is actually going to listen to ATC and not just, you know, do whatever it wants.
Qantas 118, Melbourne Center, roger.
And ready to pass 18,000 feet here. We're going to get our landing lights back on.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne Centre, descend altitude 8,000, QNH 1028.
Descending to 8,000, QNH 1028, Jetstar 526.
$8,000. QNH, I think they just said it was 1024. Let me look at my charts here. What is our transition altitude? 11,000.
Melbourne Centre, Echo India Alpha is at flight level 120, Echo India Alpha.
Auto brakes low for landing.
Diamond Echo India Alpha Melbourne Center, roger. Diamond Echo India Alpha Melbourne Center, contact Canberra approach on 124.5.
Contact Canberra approach on 124.5.
Alright, so we got 11 minutes to be on the ground to be on time. Which we should be pretty close to that. When we come on the ground, what gate are we supposed to go to? Supposed to go to Alpha 52. Alpha 52 on the ground.
Jetstar 526, contact Sydney approach on 124.4.
Contacting Sydney approach on 124.4. Jetstar 526. Sydney approach, Jetstar 526, afternoon descending through flight level 150 down to 8,000.
Jetstar 526, Sydney approach identified. How do you expect the ILS runway 16 right approach into Sydney?
Expecting the ILS runway 16 right approach into Sydney. Jetstar 526.
Vision Jet Alpha Zulu, Sydney departure, radar contact.
Hey, we're expecting the 1-6 now?
Departure, Jet Alpha Zulu, currently at Parramatta at 1,000 feet, requesting 3,500.
Vision Jet, climb altitude 3500 feet.
Changing the arrival. ILS 1-6 right approach now.
A 3, 2, 1, it's sleek and lean. Cuts through the sky like a dream machine. But can it carry all our hopes away to every corner, every gate?
Insert that, and we're going direct to here.
A 30 Watton with its heart so strong. Miles to cover forever long.
Alright, well, we got the new ILS set up now. Change our runway. Interesting that's having us go on the 1-6. I feel like that's not the one we should use for the current winds, but that's right. We'll trust ATC. See if we need to enter in new minimums. 210.
With range and grace, it's quite the pro. But does size define what makes it right for our wings of hope on this endless flight? Each one stands with courage.
Alright, 1029, pressure is in. Alright, let's get some drag. So I believe with this arrival, we're going to fly pretty much directly over the airport and get vectors into the ILS. I believe is how it's
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach into Sydney. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your
Charlie Echo Zulu, contact Sydney approach on 129.7.
Provide you with information regarding
129.7, Charlie Echo Zulu.
Thank you.
Charlie Echo Zulu, turn right heading 195.
There's Sydney coming into view. Alright. Looks like we might be a tad late. Yeah, it doesn't look like the ortho's loading in it quite as good on the whatever this new beta update is.
Senior approach, contact 78 is established on the ILS runway 25 left. Continue approach, clear to land runway 25, contact 78.
Qantas 78, contact Sydney Tower on 133.905.
Over to tower 133.905, contact 78.
Should get vectors for the approach here.
Delta 41, contact Sydney Tower on 133.905.
Tower on 3395, Delta 41, Alpha.
Sydney approach, just our 526. Are we going to get vectors for the approach?
Jetstar 526, descend altitude 4,000, turn left, heading 330 vectors for the ILS runway 16 right approach.
Descending to 4,000. Left heading 330 for vectors to the ILS runway 16 right approach. Jetstar 526.
There we go. Getting vectors now.
Speedbird 177, climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Speedbird 177.
33.905, Delta 41, thank you very much.
Qantas heading 065, Qantas 3067.
Jetstar 526, turn left heading 285. Qantas 529 at contact, Melbourne Centre on 125.0.
Turning left heading 285, Jetstar 526.
What heading did they give us?
ATC instructed us to turn left heading 285.
Jetstar 526, 19 miles from Etretat. Turn left heading 165, descend altitude 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 34 left approach.
19 miles from Etretat, left heading 165, descend to 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 34 left approach. Jetstar 526.
Sydney approach, ExactJet 686, request QN.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Sydney approach, ExactJet 686, request barometric pressure. QNH 1019 at ExactJet.
Alright, we're turning 165 here to intercept the localizer. Music's coming down, sounds are coming back up. Let's get them landing rate guesses going in chat. Let's see how well we're going to do. It's been a while since we've flown the A320. Not sure what to expect here on the approach. Alright, flaps 1 here, let's go speed 180.
RPC 125 Sydney approach, descend and maintain 2500.
2500, RPC 125. RPC 125, airport inside.
RPC 125 contact Bankstown Tower on 132.8.
Alright, flaps 2, gear down. Localizer glide slope captured. Spoilers armed. Runway in sight.
Bundy 737737, verify your squawking 3432, mode Charlie.
Tower on 119.45, Bundy 737.
Make sure we get clearance line.
Looks like we're off course, let's get back on track. Turn left heading 220 vectors for the ILS runway 16 approach.
Qantas 21, no.
1000.
Alright, all pads off. Our controls. I think we've been cleared to land, hopefully. Contact tower, make sure we're cleared to land.
We're still with approach. They'll hand us over to tower when it's time.
Well, it's time now, we're landing.
500.
We're cleared for the ILS approach to runway 34 left. Let's get ready for landing.
They haven't been cleared, chat, but we're going to land anyways.
4. 300. 100 above. 200. 200. Minimum.
Qantas 400, climb flight level 250.
250, 250 at Qantas 400 Super.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Drive.
Oh, get her down.
Retard. Retard.
Alright, we're down. Reversers are coming out. Nose down gently. Manual braking. Stowing them. Ooh, come on. A little squirrely here. I'm going to take the high speed exit here on the right. Alright, welcome
Ladies
to
and gentlemen,
Sydney.
We have just landed in Sydney, and what a smooth landing it was. Thank you, Captain Midnight Maverick and First Officer Brian, for that excellent landing. The weather here at Sydney Kingsford Smith International Airport is a pleasant 18 degrees Celsius, with clear skies and no precipitation. We appreciate you flying with Jetstar Airways today. Please remain seated until we have reached our final parking position. On behalf of the entire crew, including Sarah, Tom and Emily, we wish you a wonderful time in Sydney.
Sydney ground, Jetstar 526 off the runway on Alpha, requesting taxi to gate Alpha 52. Did we not contact the right ground? Hold on. It's ground frequency here. 126.5. Sydney ground, Jetstar 526 on Alpha, ready for taxi to gate Alpha 52.
Jetstar 526, Sydney ground, taxi to domestic 252A via Alpha. Cross runway 7, then Golf, cross runway 16 right, then Charlie, Bravo 4, Dom 2. Good day.
Domestic 252 Alpha via Alpha, cross runway 7, Golf, cross runway 16 right, Charlie, Bravo 4, Dom 2. Jetstar 526.
Alright, got our taxi instructions. We'll fire up the APU. Mr. Tyler coming in with 23 months as our wingman. Thank you for that continued support of the channel, Tyler. Appreciate you. Huge no skibbies to you, Mr. Tyler. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Love seeing all the planes on the ground.
Velocity 543 holding short, runway 16 right. Sitting ground, velocity 543, comms check.
Velocity 543, say again?
Sitting ground, velocity 543, comms check.
You're loving OCRP? Nice. That's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Tyler. Let's get strobes on for the runway. We're going to take our right here on Golf. That's cool, Tyler. Yep, GTA is very popular. Take Charlie, which is this one here. Alright, so not so bad for our first flight. Using the traffic injection again. Remember guys, this is an early alpha build. Once it's fully released, definitely a lot of the bugs will be worked out.
Jetstar 412, request push and start.
Or a few bugs in it. But to be expected when alpha.
Jetstar 412, cleared for push and
So
start.
their public release is estimated in 1 to 4 weeks. That's what they're targeting. Our gates over here somewhere. I think I wanted to just park on the back side, to be honest.
Can you turn on taxi assist?
71522, I'll turn on a taxi pass for you.
Ground, there's an aircraft directly in front of me. What do you want me to do? Yeah, but ground, we're having a staring contest.
That's our gate right over there, that empty one. Next to all these Jetstars. Alright, taxi light off, and we'll take the next right into the gate here. Gate number 6. Alright, stopping right there. AP bleeds on. Engine 1, 2 coming off. Beacon lights coming off. Seatbelt signs coming off. Deboarding.
Ladies and gentlemen,
requested.
we have now parked at the gate here at Sydney Kingsford Smith International Airport. On behalf of Captain Midnight Maverick, First Officer Brian, and the entire crew, I would like to thank you for flying with Jetstar Airways Flight 526 today. We hope you have a wonderful stay here in Sydney, or a safe journey to your next destination. The weather is a pleasant 18 degrees Celsius with clear skies. Please remain seated until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Thank you, and goodbye.
Alright, successful flight into Sydney. Let's see what our landing rate was. We got minus 159. Not bad, chat. We'll take that all day. I will take that landing rate all day long. Alright, chat. We're going to take... We're going to take a short break here, and we're going to get the plane restarted. We're going to load back the menu and change a couple settings real quick and get things restarted. And we shall be back in just a few moments.
Shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Boy, to the mighty king, do you know what I know? Do you know what I know? In your palace warm, mighty king, do you know what I know? Do you know what I know? A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Listen to what I say, listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say, listen to what I say. The child, sleeping in the night. He will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. Bright and high, flying through the clouds, can't deny. Kevin says it's just okay, but we know it's here to stay. Wings spread wide in the blue. Oh, Kevin, it's not just good, it's true. You're grounded, but we soar on every flight, wanting more. A 300 flight free. Kevin, can't you see? This bird's made to fly high above. We ride. Engines roar, but you're silent, hating on something so far.
Alright, we'll be back. We'll be back momentarily, chat. Just waiting for it to load back in. And we'll be right back in it.
Planes 300 on my mind. On the fairway standing tall, swing the driver, feel the call. Eagle chasing down the line, in the sunlight how we shine. Grip it tight and aim it straight, to the hole we navigate. Feel the power in our hands, through the bunker, through the sand.
Just take a minute to load in here. Tonight.
With every swing we take the flight. Birdie hunting stars in sight, under the sky we play with might. Pitching wedge to close the gap, on the green the ball will snap. Raid the breaking stroke so true, in the zone we always knew. Grit and glory on the course, driving home with all our force. Every putt a step to fame, in this epic golfing game. Sunsets falling, end of day, counting strokes while shadows play. Victory in each heartbeat, as we conquer every feat. Pitching wedge to close the gap, on the green the ball will snap. Birdie hunting stokes so true, in the zone we always.
All right, there we go. We're looking good now.
On the green the ball will snap. Rid the breaking stroke so true, in the zone we always knew. Grit and glory on the course, driving home with all our force. Every putt a step to fame, in this epic golfing game.
Alright, we're loading back in. Everything is loading back in here. Traffic injection is loading back in as well, so that will be injected here momentarily. Let's go ahead and get our plane turned back on, ready to rock and roll. Ground power, battery power is on. Nav 1, 2, and 3 on. Ground control on. Nav and logo light coming on. No smoking signs on. Arm the emergency lights, I should say. We'll go to our ground. Up there and running. And let's go to our tablet here, import our sim brief. We're going back to Melbourne. That all looks good there. We're going to go to load aircraft. And we'll go GS exporting and refueling. Alright, that looks good there. Let's go ATSU menu. We're going to go AOC and flight init and request our data. Should be just over an hour flight back to Melbourne. Hour and 12 minutes. About 10-minute longer flight time than on the way here. Request the rest of our flight data. We are also going to be Jetstar 526 again. We'll get that in there. Let me load up my new charts. Unload that flight. Load in my new flight. Excuse me, chat. Uh-oh. Something happened with my charts. There we go. That's Import mission brief. There we go. Fuel truck is in position. Alright, cost index 8 on this one. I'm going to 360 on this. That looks good. Align the IRF. Good. Confirmed. Let's go winds. Request our wind speed for the route. And we're looking good. While we're doing that, we can get our clearance. And co-pilot Brian, can you go ahead and get our clearance? Make our co-pilot do some work.
I'll get our clearance from Sydney Clearance now.
Your fuel today is powered by Shell.
IFR clearance. We have Victor.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Jetstar 526, information Victor is current. Cleared to Melbourne via the WOL2 departure, then is filed. Departure runway 34 left. Initial climb to 3000. Departure on 124.4, squawk 2545.
Sydney clearance. Jetstar 526. Cleared to Melbourne via WOL2, then is filed. Runway 34 left, climb to 3000. Departure frequency is 124.4, squawk 2545.
Jetstar 526, read back, correct. Ground will be on 121.7.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Jetstar Airways Flight 526, departing from Sydney to Melbourne. We kindly ask you to take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to contact our crew. Also, I'd like to mention that on June 28th and 29th, members of the SayIntentions cabin and notes crew will be participating at the Flight Sim Expo in Providence, and our visitors will have the opportunity to talk to them. Thank you for choosing Jetstar Airways, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
SayIntentions will have a nice big booth with a stage at Flight Sim Expo for those of you guys that are going. You'll get to meet most of the team over there, so make sure you guys stop by and say hi. Alright, let's go ahead and get our flight plan in here. We got clearance. Departure right now, 34 left. We're on the wall 2 departure. And we'll insert that. That looks good. Georgina, the flight attendant, will be there? Uh-oh. Will she, huh? Might have to change my plans to go to Expo now. Yep, I'm booking my ticket now. Booking that ticket. Oh, snaps, wrong button. I accidentally closed it. Oopsie. Accidentally closed it. My bad, chat. Alright, well, we got our clearance ready. We got our departure in. And our departure looks good. Let's go, we'll plan the arrival into Melbourne. So, didn't you say there was something like top secret being announced at the expo, Flighthound? I think you said you guys had something big cooking, right? Some kind of good announcement. Get people excited. What are we looking at into Melbourne here? Runway 34 into Melbourne. So yes, it's going to have to be an RNAV. Runway 34. Interesting enough, we don't have an arrival. That's weird. Our flight plan doesn't have an arrival. Why not? Interesting. Very interesting. So there's RNAV 34 in here for now. See if ATC gives us an arrival, I guess. We'll plan that. Yep, a couple things actually. Ooh, more than one thing. Oh boy. Super excited to hear what that is. We got extra surprises, chat, coming to Expo. Got a Qantas next to us, another Jetstar over there. We got a Virgin. We know Kenny likes his Virgin. I mean, what? We're also going to climb 3,000 on departure. That's in. That looks good. Let's go up top. We'll get our AP master switch on. Seatbelt signs coming on. Fire up the APU, baby. Go over to ground frequency here. So like I said, very few FPS hit with the traffic injection. We're sitting in the 50s on the ground right now in the cockpit.
Qantas 455, contact Melbourne Centre on 125.0.
Only reason we were having some stutters before is because I was using 3 monitors, and the newest update definitely lowered performance on the new beta
contact
update.
Melbourne Centre on 125.0.
Over to Melbourne Centre on 125.0, a Jetstar 27.
Velocity 9er, 51 contact Melbourne Centre on 125.0.
Over to Melbourne Centre on 125.0. Velocity 9er 51.
Qantas 528, contact Melbourne Centre on 125.0.
Over to Melbourne Centre on 125.0. Qantas 528.
Alright, looking good.
Sun State 106 Delta ready for pushback.
Yeah, still haven't got my graphic settings ironed out after Simulator 2. Our performance was, I mean, our performance decent. When we're using, you know, 70-inch TVs with a wraparound view, it's gonna, on one, you know, we only have a 3090, so we were usually sitting like in the high to mid, you know, high 30s, mid 40s. But the latest update in the beta seems like it dropped frames, like 5 to 10 frames than what we were getting on other testing. So I took the other, I took the 2 side screens off for right now, so we can have a nice smooth flight back, no stutters. I mean, plus we have everything on like ultra high end too, so that of course we can tweak things there. Do 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 do. Oops.
Ground Jetstar 516, taxi to the gate. Golf 2, Golf Jetstar 516.
All right. Are the passengers on board yet? Where are we at with this boarding? We got 20 passengers to go. 20 passengers to go, taking their sweet scoodoodles. Yeah, this upcoming week, though, chat, we are going to do a flight into Providence, Rhode Island for the expo. We may do that tomorrow night, even. Tomorrow night or sometime during the week before expo. We'll definitely fly up, check out the new Rhode Island scenery where we actually can go and walk around in the virtual expo, which is kind of cool. Alright, so we can do performance. Let's do that now. 3-4 left. Sync. Calculate. And ooh, it wants us flaps 3 for this departure. That's interesting. Send to the McDo. Alright. What's our weather here? 1028. Alright, 1028 is good. Let's go back to our load sheet and we'll send that to the McDo as well. Make sure everything loaded in. Flaps 3 down 2-0. Weights, fuel are in. That looks beautiful.
Cathay 100 request pushback. Cathay 100.
Maybe else new scenery is nice, almost perfect. IRL, Providence. Oh, nice.
Cathay 100.
Nice. We'll have to check it out. Like I said, we'll check it out either tomorrow or sometime this week. Upcoming week. Contact ground, let them know we're ready for push and start.
Contacting ground for pushback and start clearance.
Let's go. Fuel pumps on.
Jetstar Airways 526, we're ready for pushback and start. With information, Victor.
Jetstar 526, Sydney ground, pushback and start approved, face west.
Alright, we've been approved, facing west.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Jetstar Airways Flight 526, departing from Sydney to Melbourne. My name is Erica, and on behalf of the entire crew, I would like to introduce our captain, Midnight Maverick, and our first officer, Brian. Joining us in the cabin today are my fellow crew members, Sarah, Liam, and Chloe. We expect our flight time to be approximately 1 hour and 12
Let's go,
minutes.
pushback tug.
Now,
Get
for your
connected.
safety, please pay attention to the following safety briefing. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear it click. To release it, Simply lift the buckle.
There goes the tug.
We recommend keeping your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated, just in case we encounter any unexpected turbulence. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you.
Doors
To
closed.
use the mask, pull it towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic
Alright,
band.
gears locking, let's go.
Remember to put your own mask on first before assisting others. For
My
our
ground crew
overwater
be moving
flights,
slow.
life vests are located under your seat.
Vietnam Airlines 786 pushback approved.
Pull it out, slip it over your head.
Push and start approved. Vietnam Airlines 786.
Inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. There are 2 emergency exits located at the front and 2 at the rear of the aircraft. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, which may be behind you. In the event of an emergency, follow the illuminated exit signs and
release
leave
the
your
brakes.
belongings
Let's do it.
behind. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Engines
I
are
will now
clear.
inform the
Start
captain
at
that the
will.
cabin is ready for departure.
Alright, clock's on. Starting engine 1. Yo, AJ, what's going on? It'll be interesting to see how this injection works. Yeah, it works pretty good. Pretty good. Keep in mind, it's still in alpha. This is our first look at it. They're targeting a release window of 1 to 4 weeks to the public. That is tentative, though. So, we may encounter some bugs that will be addressed before we're being released. But all the planes you're seeing at the airport are all AI injected. Alright, good start on 1, starting 2. I am super excited though to have full airports full of aircraft when flying. Never feels the same when you fly into an empty airport. Let's get our flap set. For whatever reason, it wants us flaps 3 for departure on the performance today. Alright, there's the bus transfer. We got 2 good engines. Let's go engine mode selector back to normal. We'll go APU bleed off. APU is coming off. Crew supply is on and good. Let's go down here. We'll go max auto brake. We're gonna go flight controls. And I think we're supposed to be down 02. 02. And we'll go predictive wind shear, arm to spoilers, and I think we're ready for taxi. Alright, let them know we're ready for taxi, 3-4 left.
I'll request taxi clearance to runway 34 left.
Flight control check 2, down, up, left,
Sydney
and
ground,
right.
Jetstar 526 ready to taxi to runway 34 left with Oscar.
Jetstar 526, taxi to runway 34 left via Bravo 2, Bravo, cross runway 07, then Lima, cross runway 34 left, then Alpha.
Runway 34 left, Bravo 2, Bravo, cross 07, Lima, cross 34 left, then Alpha, Jetstar 526.
Alright, so we're going Bravo, Bravo 2, Lima, Lima, crossing again. Okay, I see here. Yep. Cross 07. Oh, Bravo to Bravo. Okay. So they're taking us all the way down. Bravo, Lima, crossing again, taking Lima all the way down, and then Alpha. Okay, now I see where we're going. That took me a minute to decipher that taxi instruction. All right, here we go. Taxi lights on. Let's go.
All aircraft be advised, information Papa is now current. QNH 1029er.
Alright, it's going to be a Bravo here, so we'll make a left. Got all the big heavies over at the international terminal. Emirates sighting 380 over there, maybe? Delta, a couple Emirates. Qantas. Alright, strobes on, cross the runway. Clear left and clear on the right. Let's go down here, do our takeoff config test. Normal. Takeoff config normal. Oh, the only normal thing around here in this channel. We're going to go all the way down, take the last right, which will be Lima. Not wrong. You've been enjoying the Tangia over on Canada's channel? I know lately I've gone to streams like, what did I just walk into? This aircraft be flying down the taxiway.
Jetstar 954, request push and start. Jetstar 954, cleared for push and start. Pushback approved. Jetstar 954.
Alright. Cleared left and cleared right. Nice long taxi here all the way to 34 left.
Contact tower on 133.9.5.
Switching to tower on 133.9.5, Jetstar 526. Sydney Tower, Jetstar 526, afternoon, holding short of 34 left, ready for departure.
Jetstar 526, Sydney Tower, runway 34 left. Winds 265 at 5, clear for takeoff.
Runway 34 left.
We've been clear for takeoff, chat.
Jetstar 526.
Cleared for takeoff. Doesn't seem to be going on, but that's right. Alright, chat. Here we go. Chrono's coming on. And flex set. spicy. Almost had a tail strike. My God.
Jetstar 526, contact departure on 124.4.
Flaps 1.
Switching to departure on 124.4, Jetstar 526.
DFD, yeah, I was doing some funky things.
Departure, Jetstar 526 afternoon, climbing past 500.
Oh, hello.
Jetstar 526, Sydney departure, radar contact, climb via the SID.
Upside.
Via the SID, Jetstar 526.
Alright, climb by the SID, which is... I guess to 7,000 here. Alright, holy departures. We almost died in Sydney and never made it back. Almost died. Feel like better? Alright. Now, we should be fine now. Disarm the spoiler.
Jetstar 526, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Jetstar 526.
240, coming in. Alright, climbing out of Sydney, looking good. I have to check our tail when we get to Melbourne, make sure we didn't have tail strike. I don't think we did, but man, did that take off weird. I think it was the flaps 3 were just too much, to be honest. I don't know why Performance wanted us to do flaps 3 on the long runway. I don't think we're that heavy. I don't think we're that heavy, it was just weird. Passing 10,000 feet, standard pressure is in.
Dear guests, we have just climbed above the safe altitude, and I am pleased to inform you that the use of electronic devices is now allowed. Additionally, our onboard Wi-Fi service is available for your convenience. We hope you enjoy your flight with us today.
Alright, getting our speed for the climb. It's the climb. Cue Miley Cyrus. Alright, autopilot is on. Going to 300 now.
Jetstar 526, climb flight level 350.
Climb to flight level 350, Jetstar 526.
350 set.
Jetstar 526, contact Melbourne Centre on 125.0.
Contacting Melbourne Centre on 125.0. Jetstar 526. Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 526. Afternoon, climbing through flight level 190 for flight level 350.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne Centre, identified. Good afternoon. Jetstar 526, Melbourne Centre, climb flight level 360.
Climbing flight level 360, Jetstar 526.
Yep, we gotta figure out how this Tangia thing works. I still don't really understand it, but... Oh, 360, we're cleared up to now, chat. Chin along, seatbelt signs off. understand.
Mountains so high, rivers so wide, together we stand, never divide. One nation strong, marching along, feel the love grow from sea to glow. Let freedom ring, voices we sing. God bless this land, we understand.
Angels are losing bottom of the 10th, 3-2 to the Astros. We can't lose to the Astros. We cannot lose to the Astros, damn it. Alright, nice smooth flight so far though. Yeah, chat, while we're climbing, I will be right back. I'm going to use the restroom, and I shall return in a few minutes. Be right back.
No one a slave. Stars and stripes fly, pride in our hearts. Echoes of dreams, right from the start. Let freedom ring, voices we sing. God bless this land, we understand. Mountains so high, rivers so wide, together we stand, never divide. One nation strong, marching along. Feel the love grow from sea to glow. Let freedom ring, voices we sing. God bless this land, we understand. One nation strong, marching along. Feel the love grow from sea to glow. Let freedom ring, voices we say. God bless this land, we understand.
to the sunrise, guitar in my hand, live stream was rolling, it was all unplanned. 24 hours together we stood for the kids of St. Jude. We did what we could. From small town kitchens to urban bars, we connected through pixels, united hearts. Every click and comment, every like and share lights up a room where hope hangs in the air. Thank you from the heart for every single view. You stayed up late, saw the dream through. In the fight for St. Jude, we ain't ever apart. Y'all are the melody in this country heart. House lights dim, but the spirit shone bright. Through your small screens, we ignited the night. Every dollar, every cent poured in, turned a marathon into hope's grand win. From guitar strumming to heartfelt chats, you rode this journey, tipped your hats. For every child dreaming of a brand new dawn, you're the heroes that keep us strong. Thank you from the heart for every single view. You stayed up late, saw the dream through. In the fight for St. Jude, we ain't ever apart. Y'all are the melody in this country heart.
Alright, chat, we're back. I used restroom and we heated up a burrito. All that food and Arby talk earlier made me hungry. I gave in. We're just about to reach our cruising altitude, about 1,000 feet to go. On our way back to Melbourne. Heart. Ooh, burrito is hot. Hot tamales. Let that cool off for a second.
Of the free, home of the brave, reach for the sky, no one a slave.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached cruising altitude. We will begin our snack and drink service shortly. Today, we have a delightful selection of meals available, including our popular chicken salad and the vegetarian pasta. After the service, we will also have articles from the Jetstar shop available for purchase. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Oh, we haven't done a while. We haven't created a new song in a while. But welcome back, Lorenzo. Good to see you.
Jetstar 526, expect the boys 9 Alpha arrival. I'll call you descent in roughly 20 minutes.
Expecting the boys 9 Alpha arrival. Awaiting descent instructions in approximately 20 minutes. Jetstar 526.
Alright, so we got an arrival now. Top descent's about 268 miles. Ever use the group code like multiplayer? Yeah, it works. Yeah, we've flown with other people on SayIntentions before. Eventually, the traffic injection will actually work with multiplayer. That's coming a little bit later down the road, but eventually it will work, and we can use the traffic injection together, and it will sync with us and route us all on the same frequency and all that stuff. Should be really cool. That'd be bad, especially if they can somehow also include X-plane injection. Oh, you mean like, yeah, like that, kind of like VATSIM does. From some of the things that they've like publicly said, I feel like they're basically like kind of heading into a virtual AI VATSIM world. I don't know if they're going to be able to conjoin other sims together. But who knows? But no, that would be badass though. We can join them together like that, sequence them, and see everything. In theory, you could, because all this AI stuff is happening on an external server, right? So in theory, if you're connected to the same server, they can probably make it happen. Yeah. I mean, it's on an external server just like VATSIM is. So I would imagine it's possible. They have not said that anything, or I don't know anything, but in theory. Yeah, theoretically. For me, it's very difficult because I don't know anything about code. I would never be able to make it happen because I don't know the first thing about doing any of that. But in theory, the way VATSIM works, they could make it work the same. Yeah, the service itself works in X-plane, yeah. So, there's no confirmed release date for traffic access to all premium members yet, since it's still in alpha, currently only available to partners. And to become a partner requires a direct $50 donation to SayIntention, which helps fund R&D and stuff like that. Helps polish things for broader releases. But their estimate is 1 to 4 weeks public release. But GA, VFR traffic, and VFR pattern sequencing, multiplayer synchronization are planned, and just not supported yet, but they are planned for all that. You know, so you could be in the circuit doing patterns and have other planes landing around you.
slicing air, healing fast, endless dare. Red suit, snarky man, rage unleashed, primal plan. Backflips, kicks, quick retreats against the beast. Never cheat. Weapon X meets the merc in a world where chaos lurks. Deadpool laughs, painted face. Two legends face to face in this never-ending race. Sharp versus sharper claws. Every battle, breaking laws. Healing wounds, no time to rest in this duel. They're truly
So, but yeah, no. SayIntentions though, man, they got so much in the pipeline, and there's already so much AI missions and cabin crews, ground crew, emergencies.
without a care.
I mean, to be honest, with AI, sky's the limit. They could do almost anything. Replicate almost anything in the sim at this point, probably.
Hey there, patrons. A new
Crashing through class destruction, wide sarcastic quips can't be denied. Berserker rage can't be contained. In the crossroads they remain. Attention, each hunger feast in this coming masterpiece. Bloody dancing, moonlit glare, iconic fighters without a care. Out of care. Out of care. Snaked chimichanga feast in this comic masterpiece. Bloody dance and moonlit glare, iconic fighters without a care.
When's the next flight? We're going to be trying to do a flight tomorrow night, Lorenzo. Line that speed tape. Yeah, it depends on what time we get home from Disneyland on Sunday. Because when I get home, I'm definitely going to get a round of golf in the afternoon. And then after that, should be coming home. We should be able to stream. But if not, definitely during the week at some point before the expo. Because we're going to fly to Rhode Island for the expo in the sim. With the new AnyBuild scenery that was released for Rhode Island. We'll make it through. We're gonna be in Anaheim at 7:30 in the morning, which means I gotta leave here by at least 6. I'm gonna have to charge the car in the morning a little bit, and then about an hour to get to Anaheim, Disney. So we're probably gonna be up at about 5. Yep, going to Mouse Land. Yeah, the family's already there. They went to Disneyland today. They're staying, I think they're staying, yeah, they're staying tonight and tomorrow night at Disney. My mom, dad, brother, and sister, and then I'm joining them tomorrow for the night. I got 159 miles. Ortho's looking a little bit better down there than it was earlier. So the new sim update 2024, I guess now you have the option to pretty much download the whole sim. I don't know if I should download the whole sim or just keep it as is. I've been kind of debating it. Like, I wonder what kind of like load times would be if I whatchamacallit, download the whole sim. Must be dead. Mav can't be live right now. Why not? What happened? Did I die and I don't know it? What happened to Mav? Seth just finished my graduation. Well, congratulations, sir. Happy graduation. And thank you for the 31 months as our wingman. Appreciate you, man. Huge no skibbies to you. Let's get some no skibbies in chat for Seth. Congratulations on your graduation, sir. That's always good. Hopefully you had a good one. Thank you, you're welcome. Confirm, Mav is dead. AI Mav is now streaming. Could you imagine if this was just all made up right now? And nothing you're seeing is real, which very well could be. This could be AI pretending to pretend that it's AI. Acting like it's not AI when it really is AI. The guy was inside. Why is it hot over there, or is it raining? Can't be that hot up there, is it? You're up in like Washington, aren't you? Maybe it gets super hot up there. I don't know. So you and your sister didn't go to the same school, or is your sister like in college, I guess? I guess you wouldn't be graduating the same year unless you were twins. Yeah. Yeah, it was hot on my sister's, but today it wasn't as bad if it was outside since it was pretty cool today. Gotcha. Oh, you got okay, opposite. I had it backwards. My bad. Well, that's good though. What did you like? What did you graduate in college with? Like, what degree did you go for? Pretty much computer science. Nice. What are you looking to do with the degree? What kind of job are we looking to get? Software engineer or an app developer. Nice. Those are definitely good paying jobs. Duh, a high paying job with no work. I mean, there's always going to be probably work in the tech field. Unless AI takes over and AI starts designing everything, then I guess the only thing computers and AI can't take over, I guess, is like manual labor, like plumbers and construction and electricians. I don't really see if robots will be able to do that job. Maybe one day, who knows? No, my face cam's not working for some reason. Only the back camera is
Melbourne
working.
Center, Jetstar 526, afternoon, maintaining flight level
See my
360.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne.
For whatever reason, it doesn't want to work today. Gotta love technology. And we scorch the sky, and we all end up in the Matrix. There you go. Put me on the first rocket to Mars, baby. Well, put me on the first rocket to Mars. Will I be in the FS Labs 321 Neo? Probably not. Not unless they or someone wants to donate it to me. I'm not going to pay extra money for another 321 that I already have. I know it's not the Neo yet. But it's pretty much just an engine variant. I'm not paying just to switch engines for another plane. I'll just stick with the pretty much $80. Yeah, no, not unless they want to, like I said, give me a copy to showcase, or someone wants to buy one for me. I'm not spending $80 for another A321 when I have a perfectly good A321. I said, I've never been one where I gotta fly like the different exact engine variants with my plane and to match the livery, and like if it's an A320, great. You know, I'll fly with anything. So, Skull, what's going on, man? Hey, how you been? Long time. Hey, I've been great. How you been? Been great. Busy. Work's keeping me busy. Am I streaming tomorrow? The plan is to stream tomorrow night. Yes. I don't know what time. Depends on what time. Or no, sorry, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow, VSeth, I'm going to Disneyland for the night. I'm going to Disneyland all day, staying the night, Disneyland with the family. And then coming back on Sunday. So Sunday, Sunday we're going to stream. I may do like a live Disney stream or something, maybe. Like if we watch the Phantasma show or fireworks show or something like that, I may live stream that from my phone if we do a live stream tomorrow. But the next like flight sim is planning for Sunday night. Sunday night into Monday. One of those is our next planned stream. You have a friend from school going to Disneyland tomorrow? Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm getting there tomorrow like 7:30 in the morning. So I leave the house like 6 in the morning. So basically we gotta leave in almost exactly 7.5 hours from now. Team will probably strike a stream? No. I don't think so, because there's people that live stream like Disney every night, the Phantasma show. There's an actual like Disney YouTube channel that I've seen where he's there like almost every day, I feel like, and he's always live streaming like the electrical parade and the fireworks and the Phantasma show. And so yeah, I don't think they'll copyright anything because it's the Fair Use Act. I mean, technically it's private property, but not private property. I don't know how to explain it, but well, your friend's leaving. Is he flying here? He's flying, right? Because he's never going to make it tomorrow driving. Or flying? Oh, okay. Flying into John Wayne or LA? Oh, he's flying into LA? Gotcha. Sure you can. My friends and I raw dogged Minneapolis to Las Vegas inside 24 hours. Well, yeah, I guess driving with a friend continuously, but I mean, he wouldn't make it to go to Disneyland tomorrow from up in Washington. It would take him, yeah, it'd take him probably close to 20 hours. 'Cause it's about as far there. It's about as far as when I drove to Texas. So he wouldn't make it till like 9 o'clock at night in Disney. What goes on? Please, Yeah, that's about how long it took me to drive to Houston for the expo. What was it, a couple years ago? It took me, I think, just over 20 hours. Or just under 20, just under 24 hours. Or actually, no, it might have taken me a little longer because I think I did stop for a little nap somewhere. I don't remember. On the way there, I don't think it took me as long as the way back. On the way back, I think I definitely stepped and stopped. I definitely stopped and slept for a night on the way back in New Mexico because I think on the way back I started feeling like a little sick. On the way there, I think I slept maybe like 3 hours in the car at a charging station or something after I charged the car. So I pretty much drove straight through. The longest road trip was 3 hours? Yeah, that's not... I don't think we can consider that a road trip. I think minimum 4 hours for a road trip, maybe. Boom, 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 boom. If I had the time and money, I would do a road trip and I would go to all 48 inland states. Just go one by one across the whole state. 3 hours, that's just rush hour commute through LAX. Ain't that the fucking truth? Yeah, 3 hours just the time it takes to get here to LA in rush hour. When normally it takes an hour. Adds 2 hours to commute in rush hour. Ain't that the truth? The sad, sad truth is what that is. Ooh, we got to enter in our descent data. We got 68 miles to descent, chat. Let's get the weather. Let's get the weather here. Navigraph. Come on, charts. Melbourne. All right, we got 1028 for the altimeter. Ooh. Temperature in Melbourne, 11 degrees Celsius. Winds 010 at 17. And then let's get our minimums. Oh, we gotta change our arrival runway, don't we? We're landing 27, I think now, right? I think we're doing 27. Yeah, ILS Yankee 27, so... And on this arrival... ILS Yankee 27, okay. Minimum 610. 610 is in the box. How long is our runway here for 27 in Melbourne? I think this is the shorter runway. 7,500 feet. Alright, 7,500 feet into Melbourne. I'm going to go Orbx medium here because I want to try and exit as quick as we can on the taxi. Don't want to go past November. So I want to take the first high-speed exit so we don't have as long of a taxi back. Let's see. We'll ask for... Let them know ready for descent.
I'll request our descent now.
Melbourne Center, Jetstar 526, requesting descent to a lower altitude.
Jetstar 526, descend via Boys 9 Alpha into Melbourne.
Descend via Boys 9 Alpha into Melbourne, Jetstar 526.
Alright, we're descending now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Melbourne. At this time, we kindly ask everyone to return to their seats and ensure that your seatbelts are fastened. Please note that the use of lavatories is no longer permitted during our descent. Thank you for your cooperation.
Jairus is when I was doing a road trip to sell my old PC. Ah, gotcha. Longest with the family is 13 hours. Okay, so just 3 hours with you driving. So you've been on a long road trip just without driving. Where your parents were driving. Gotcha. You know, Houston, definitely my longest road trip, which is, like I said, about 24 hours. Longest I gone before that was Denver. But I've been to Texas quite a few times. Waco, Texas, Houston, Texas, Dallas. And then furthest anywhere else on the road trip was Denver. And then Vegas, obviously a bunch of times. And then Northern California, Eureka, California.
Chasing down the deer in the fields of green. America shines in the morning haze. Land of freedom, home of praise. From downtown Nashville to the forest bed, living the dream with my old
Dog red.
Jetstar 526, descend altitude 9,000, QNH 1028.
Descending to altitude 9,000, QNH 1028, Jetstar 526.
Captain Canada in the sky, flying high, can't tell a lie. ATC calls with a sigh, but all he says is unable. ATC getting real mad. Captain Canada feels bad. Can't understand, feels sad. Replies again with unable. Unable,
All the time. Oh, he did the climb. He made the climb. Unable.
Radio blips and cockpit blink. Frustration at its brink. ATC doesn't know what to think. Captain says unable, unable, unable all the time. Captain Canada can't do the climb. ATC's patience at its prime. All he says is
Unable.
radar blitz and cockpit blink. Frustration at its brink. ATC doesn't know what to think. Captain says unable. So big and blue-eyed, captain's heart filled with pride. Your communications they collide. Repeats his unable. Unable all the time. Captain Canada can't do the climb. ATC's patience at its prime. All he says is unable, unable, unable all the time. cockpit blink, frustration at its brink. ATC doesn't know what to think. Captain says, unable. Sky so big and blue-eyed. Captain's heart filled with pride. Yet communications they collide. Repeats his unable. Unable all the time. Captain Canada can't do the climb. ATC's patience at its prime. All he says is unable. Unable.
Jetstar 526, contact Melbourne. Approach on 129.4.
Switching to Melbourne approach on 129.4, Jetstar 526.
Oh, the skies are vast and endless blue, where the winds will carry me and you. We've traded sails for wings that soar.
Jetstar 526, speed 230 knots.
And seek for more. So hoist the wings and let her fly. We'll chase the
Melbourne approach, Jetstar 526, afternoon, descending through flight level 150 for 9,000.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne approach identified. Good afternoon. Expect the ILS Yankee runway 27 approach into Melbourne via Visa.
Congratulate him. Expect the ILS Yankee runway 27 approach via Visa, Jetstar 526.
Not rocket science. Toss some lukewarm water on a paper towel and give them a pat on the arse. That's all the acknowledgement that's needed. Now get out.
The song is good. I like it. Yep, Gordon Ramsay.
The stars are mapped, the moon our land. A crew of dreams, we chart our course with courage bold, a boundless force. So hoist the wings and let her fly.
Yep, my message was for VSAF. Let's see, YMML. Let me get my fixed rings in here.
Jetstar 526, direct Visa. Descend altitude 2500, cleared for the ILS runway 27 approach, Visa transition.
Direct Visa, descend to 2,500, cleared ILS runway 27 approach, Visa transition, Jetstar 526.
Where the brave legends fly through the boundless blue ocean of the endless sky.
Alright, we're direct Visa.
So hoist up the wings, let's sail through the breeze above the tall mountains and over the seas.
I think 1028 is. Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach into Melbourne. At this time, please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are put away.
Did you hear your message,
seats are in their
Visa?
full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened. Once we land, Jetstar Airways staff will provide you with information regarding your connecting flights. Thank you for your cooperation, and we look forward to welcoming you to Melbourne.
Alright, we're getting our music down, sounds are up here. I'm going to control the speed. I'm going to go 230. Probably 220 even. So we are clear. The ILS landing system can come on. Arm the approach here. ATC is confusing you as you're descending to LAX. Oops. This is going to be a fast approach. All the way down to 180.
526, contact Melbourne Tower on 120.5.
Alright, localizer, glide slope is in.
120.5. Jetstar 526.
I don't know if we're going to descend in time, chat. Alright, speed's coming back. Bells are going to go off. Well, we got to descend here.
Melbourne Tower, Jetstar 526. Good afternoon. We're established on the ILS approach for runway 27.
2,500.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne Tower, wind 355
got to come out.
runway 27, cleared to land.
Final approach speed's got to come in.
Cleared to land, Jetstar 526.
Yep, I hear you. I hear you dinging.
2,000.
Alright, we're captured my plane. Ops 2. Speedbrakes coming in. Armed. Flaps 4. Replay recording. My bad, AJ. This is the second leg for tonight, so yeah, this is the last leg we set. We flew to Sydney first from Melbourne, and then we're flying back.
$500.
It says we're low, but I feel like we're kind of high.
$400.
Hello.
$300. 100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
200.
Holy stutters in Melbourne.
100.
Glide slope.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Ooh, holy smashers. Yeah, I thought earlier it was my like screen performance, but I guess realistically there's something wrong with this airport for 2024. I don't think this is the 2024 version either though. There's a little dip right here. Bump. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think that...
Jetstar 526, welcome to Melbourne. Contact ground on 121.7.
Switching to ground on 121.
I am using GSX, yeah.
Jetstar 526.
There's something wrong with this airport because the performance in Sydney was fine. This is not... I don't think this is the 2024 version. There's no bridge in my way. Yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed in Melbourne. What a smooth landing.
Melbourne ground, Jetstar 526 afternoon. We are clear of runway 27 and ready to taxi to the gate.
Job bringing us down safely.
Jetstar 526, Melbourne ground, taxi to F25B via November, Echo, cross runway 16, then Alpha. Have a good day.
Thank you for flying
Taxi
with
to
Jetstar
F25B
Airways
via
today.
November Echo, cross runway 16, then Alpha, Jetstar 526.
Parking position. On behalf of the entire crew, including my fellow team members,
All aircraft,
Sarah,
information golf is now current.
and Claire,
QNH 1028.
wish you a wonderful stay in this vibrant city.
Well, looks like PMDE just released a video 33 minutes ago. I'll have to go check that out after stream chat. Master switches on, landing lights off. Pay attention to where I'm driving.
Qantas 626 ready for push and start.
Qantas 626 cleared for push and start.
Pushback approved. Qantas 626.
Yeah, no, there's definitely something wrong with just this airport in general. This plane taxis so fast at idle. Like their A321, the A321 seems like it doesn't taxi at all on idle. And then their A320 is just like zoom. Like just at idle we go over 30 knots in this thing. Alright, I'm gonna have to upgrade this airport to the 2024 version. Yeah, no, there's a lot of traffic around the airport, that's for sure. There's airplanes everywhere. Going back to where we started from here. Started the EPU. I'll fire that up now. Alright, parking brake on, APU is on and available, bleeds on, engines off. Beacon, seatbelt sign are off. We made it. Barely. We made it barely into
Ladies
Melbourne.
and gentlemen, we have now parked at the gate here in Melbourne. On behalf of Captain Midnight Maverick, First Officer Brian, and the entire crew, I would like to thank you for flying with Jetstar Airways today. We hope you have a wonderful stay here or a safe journey to your next destination. Please remain seated until the seatbelt sign has been
There's our
turned on.
passenger bus over there.
Goodbye, and take care.
Alright, well, we made it. Safe and sound, barely. I'm going to restart GSX here because we're just going to get right into our replay. I'll close that down. And then I can dismiss. Get our flaps back out here. Get our lights back on. And that looks like our flaps are out. Let's view the replay, shall we?
Speed, speed, speed.
Alright, definitely a little stuttery coming in, unfortunately. Alright, we'll view it from the outside here. But hope you guys enjoyed our 2 flights tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight with our first look at the injected traffic. So remember, an early alpha state release to the public in about maybe 4 weeks or so, 1 to 4 weeks. That's the estimated time frame that they're targeting. Wasn't too bad of a landing, I don't think. Maybe definitely a little firm. What would it have us at? Did I keep track on that? Okay, minus 300, I guess. Minus 300 is a little rough. So yeah, not a horrible chat, but again, appreciate all my subscribers, modders, donors, members, sponsors. You guys are absolutely incredible, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hope everyone has a nice start to the weekend. Yeah, that's definitely firm. Firm from that angle. But I hope you guys all enjoy the start of your weekend. We're headed to Disneyland in the morning, and then next stream should be Sunday or Monday night. We'll keep you posted on that and see when it is, but I really do appreciate all of you guys and your continued support night in, night out. Let me get my so I'll rewind it back here. Alright, well, hope you guys, again, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Where are we at here? Because until next time. Until next time, Mavs out. See you guys. Have a great weekend. Congratulations to Gabby Seth graduating college. So.
Country heart. House lights dim, but the spirit shone bright through your small screens. We ignited the night. Every dollar, every cent poured in, turned a marathon into hope's grand win. From guitar strumming to heartfelt chats, you rode this journey, tipped your hats for every child dreaming of a brand new dawn. You're the heroes that keep us strong. Thank you from the heart for every single view. You stayed up late, saw the dream through. In the fight for St. Jude, we ain't never apart. Y'all are the melody in this country heart. Saw the dream through. In the fight for St. Jude, we ain't ever apart. Y'all are the melody